everybody. Welcome back to Arizona Spinal Cord. Oh, I fucked that up, didn't I?
No do-overs, man.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Podriplegics podcast. Volume, who knows, whatever. We're sponsored by the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury Association. That's azspinal.org, 602-507-4209. Call Eric at any time. He'll answer the phone. He likes to talk to people. He likes to hear problems. And he's got a bunch of money. He might give it away for free. This podcast
Wait, I have no money. What are you talking
can
about?
be found on YouTube. YouTube. That is YouTube. Yes, you can find us on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Search Podriplegics. It'll probably try to tell you spelled it wrong, but you didn't. So just hit it and go, and it'll take you right there. You can also find us on Spotify, on iTunes, on Facebook, the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury Facebook group. Also, the I Use a Wheelchair. Yes, I Have a Life group. Don, Eric, and myself have 100 plus years of living with a disability. We are not, I repeat, we are not medical professionals. So if you are having medical issues, please contact your doctor. Please do, not us. Or maybe Eric, because like I said, Eric's got a bunch of money, and he wants to give it away to everybody for free. So just call Eric at any time.
To us.
There will be mature language and content, mostly by me. I apologize. Sorry, Mom. You raised me. And don't sue us. All right.
No suing.
If you're going to sue anybody, like I said, Eric's got all the money. Sue him.
Okay, right now I'm just spending all the money that I don't have. So, Amazon keeps calling me.
Like I said, he's got all the money. He's trying to give it away for free, everybody. So
No.
just call him. Look him up at azspinal.org, or you can call him at that phone number I gave you earlier. I don't remember it now, and I closed the window. So, anyways, fellas, let's get this thing cracking, yeah? Eric's got some news and some money. What's the news?
Okay, no on the money. The money is actually not there. Monopoly money, yes, I do have that, but that's about as far as my money goes.
Oh, by the way, I just want everybody to see Toilet Bowl champs.
That's nice.
Toilet
I
Bowl
believe
champs.
that too. I believe that for sure.
Gus Macker. I think this is 1996 this T-shirt is from. Toilet Bowl champions.
I won't ask what that means.
I already asked what it was. It's actually pretty
Alright.
interesting. You need
It
to
means
tell
you
us.
lose. It means you lose against the good teams, and then you go into the losers bracket, which is called the Toilet Bowl, and then we won the Toilet Bowl bracket, so we're the Toilet Bowl champs. In fact, I personally like this shirt better than the champions shirt that they give you when you win the actual thing. This shirt was way cooler.
What sport were you playing?
Basketball. 3-on-3 basketball.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Nice, yes.
Yeah. They even had, I believe Gus Mackers had 4-on-4s and 5-on-5s eventually too. And we were playing 3-on-3s. Played a lot of those in my days. They're very fun.
Can't believe that shirt's in one piece. It's got to be pretty old.
It is. 1996. I think it's 96, 97, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Maybe 95.
Is that hand wash only? Is that how you're
That's
keeping
right,
it so
man.
good?
We don't dry this shirt. In fact, I don't even wash this shirt.
And it's still white. What the heck's up with that?
It's not white. It's cream, my friend.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't want to
it
go
looks
any
white
further with
because
that.
It's been washed too many times.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Isley Frazier and I believe Curtis Thompson and Matt Cousineau were on that team. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Isley was.
They can write in and tell us if they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isley's the one that was with me when the bum had to push us.
Okay. That was an earlier episode of Podriplegics.
If you ever see that bum again, you better have some cash on hand, man. I'm serious.
If I ever see that bum again, he's getting big dollars. All from you, my man. All
What?
from you. I'm sending them your way.
I wish you wouldn't. All right. Well, with that, let me give you some news. Yes. So I don't have a whole lot more than what's actually going on in the world, but I do have something. Apple. So the article heading is Apple boosts assistance for those with disabilities. So they're getting consultants. They're getting, they're providing assistance to people who have to work with special ed needs, and then also they're featuring on Apple TV stuff surrounding like a curated collection of apps designed to address communication, fitness, gaming, and then it's Access Awareness Month, so they're also featuring films on Apple TV to focus on that. So yeah, they're raising the bar a little bit on that.
Peanut Butter Falcon. If you have never seen Peanut Butter Falcon, that is a must-watch film.
I saw that. That was great. I loved it.
I loved it. Hey, what's rule number 1?
I don't know.
Party.
Oh.
Party.
Is that rule number 1? Party?
No. Yeah, that's what he says. Rule number 1 is party.
Yeah, it's a great movie. So, do you guys all have iPhones? I do.
Yep.
I do, yeah.
Yep.
So,
mine has a Nintendo on the back.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
They have some pretty neat accessibility features on it already. And then I added on my case, I have this thing called a clip hanger. Just glues right on there, and I can use that loop to pick it up with my finger, thumb, whatever makes it easier for me to hold.
Yeah, that's very
cool. That little adaptive device for $10, and come in all different colors and sizes. So clip hanger is a really neat little invention.
I use the what is it called? The accessibility shortcut. I think that's what it's called, right? The circle.
Assistive touch, it's called, I believe.
Assistive touch. I use that every day. Every day
I
on
use
both
that
my
too.
iPhone and my iPad. Yeah.
You use that for texting or what?
You can use it for anything. So I use it for like on my iPad. I definitely use it for the home button because the home button's hard to hit sometimes for me. So I can hit that, and I can also use it to instead of swiping down on your screen and getting to that thing where you can adjust the volume, instead of using the volume buttons on the side, you can hit that and you can adjust the volume up and down on there. You can do a lot of stuff on that with that thing.
Yeah, like if you want to do a screen capture on your phone, usually you have to hit 2 buttons at the same time. But with that little feature, you can just hit the 1 button, it'll do a screen capture. So for people with limited finger movement or dexterity, that device, that little assistive touch setting is really helpful.
It also works. You can do Apple Pay with it. You can do a shake. So if you need to shake your phone, you can do that on there. You can do a restart with it instead of having to hit both the buttons.
What if you have to do a nay-nay?
A whip and a nay-nay? Well, there is a custom. There's a custom button on here. So maybe on that custom, you can put whip and nay-nay on there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Just so you know. You can also hit Siri from there and then get to your notifications and your control center and all that stuff like that. So very rotate your screen, lock your screen, mute, unmute.
It's a great feature for sure.
Very useful.
I use it all the time. So for everybody that has an iPhone, check it out. Under your
all you have to do, I think, is click 3 times. If you have an old iPhone, you press the home button 3 times, and the circle will come up. Maybe it's 4.
Under your settings, if you go to accessibility, and then under touch, I believe, under touch, then the top one is called assistive touch. You turn that on, and then it puts a little clear button on your screen, and you can move that around as well.
Yep, move it.
That's what you use as your home button.
Yeah, and you can, like I said, you can turn it on and off anytime you want so like I have a newer iPhone which doesn't have the home button, but all you have to do is click the side button 3 times and it'll go away, and then you click it 3 times and it'll come back on.
Very cool.
So, That's if you can even click that button. I mean, if you can't click the button, then it doesn't really do you good. But
you drop it 3 times or what?
Yeah. That's what I mean. I've broken so many phones.
Yeah, I mine several times a day, I think.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I have I think it's an OtterBox or something like that on my phone. Man, this thing, I've dropped my phone multiple times. I've yet to crack it. So.
Yeah, I don't like the OtterBox. For me, I couldn't hold it in my hand very good. The phone in my hand with the OtterBox on it.
It makes it a lot more bulky.
Yeah. With the screen too, like I touch it with my pinky, the back of my pinky, or I use to flick through and hit the buttons. And it really, like, even with the screen protector, like it's hard to get it to register very well. So I don't have a screen protector on mine. I do have a case, but I don't have a screen protector on mine because of that.
You know,
are there other features or other apps you guys are using a lot right now?
Audibles. I use audio books. It's really nice for me because like if I'm wheeling around and I want to listen to something on the go, I can just hook in my headphones and listen to a book, and it's nice because I can just listen to what I want. Makes it real easy.
I use Siri all the time. So I mean that's one. I guess an application if you'd want to call it. But I definitely use her. I use her several times a day. What else do I use?
Did you see the Siri video where this little person, he goes, Siri, what's 0 to the
oh yeah, and he made the song off it
to the 1000th power or something like that. It's like 000000000, and he like did a whole song to it.
Yeah, he made a beat behind it.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
I have to look that up. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you know what? I also use the health app, which is, I mean, for people who are paras, it's actually really nice, especially if you have an Apple Watch. It'll keep track of all your pushes and your distances and stuff like that. And you can also set up medical IDs on there, which is cool. So that way, like, if you go somewhere and you're not able to speak what your problems are or anything of the sort, you can just hit your medical ID thing here, and first responders can get in there and get the information they need, which is cool.
Okay. So do you have sort of a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or whatever that helps?
Yeah, I have an Apple Watch.
And it connects you like with your pulse and your heart, does it measure your heart rate?
Say what?
Does it also measure your oxygen level and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. You used to be able to do that. I don't know if it does it on my phone now.
How would it measure your oxygen level?
You used to be able to do it with the home button on the iPhone 9.
Just breathe on your phone?
You just hold your thumb on it.
Serious?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I mean, that's the same thing as what a pulse ox really does. A pulse ox you just put over your thumb, right, and it just measures the oxygen somehow. I don't know. I mean, I'm no scientist.
Wow, I had no idea you could even do that. I would imagine it could measure blood flow, but oxygen levels?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I guess it would be a part of that, but
so
yeah, but it'll track everything for you. So even that too, and then I use Pillow. So the Pillow app also syncs up with it, so then that helps you track your sleep, right? So it'll track your sleep cycles and tell you how long you slept, like when you woke up, all those kind of things, which is pretty nice.
So it doesn't be like, you are now asleep. Can you imagine the phone app actually doing that to you? Like, you are now asleep. Still asleep. Still asleep. Oh, you woke up.
No, but it's actually pretty interesting when you go back and you look at it. Like on nights you feel like you didn't get very good sleep. You can go back and look and see, what times you woke up and for what reason. I mean, maybe you try to figure out the reasons, right?
I know with this.
For me, go ahead.
With this isolation and quarantine that I'm in, my sleep schedule is completely off. It's just wrecked.
I wish
I'm
I
wait.
had one of those.
I used to have one. But like I'm waking up at like 4 o'clock and wide awake, and I'm just like, okay, day has begun. And then
You're not the only one, man.
it's crazy.
Everybody's sleep is all out of whack.
Yeah, I went into the office yesterday, slept great last night, woke up, I was tired, everything. So, yeah, there's something to be said about going to work and the exhaustion of actually having to go to work.
I don't know if we've talked about this before, and if we have, then we can skip over it. But have we talked about how we all place ourselves when we sleep? I mean, have we discussed that? I mean,
no, we haven't.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, because that's an interesting thing for me, because that's something that I'm always kind of tinkering with and trying to figure out as far as like placement of like when you're sleeping, like how do you do it? Do you sleep on your side? Like for me, I sleep on my side because it's easier for me to be able to still do things. Whereas if I sleep on my back, I kind of feel like I'm helpless. I can't really grab things or do the things I need to do, or if I need to get my phone or something. So I sleep on my side with a long pillow behind my back, right? But then you also need to worry about pressure sores and stuff like that, as far as like your ankles, your ankle bones, right, and your hip and all those things. So I sleep with a pillow between my knees and a pillow underneath of my bottom calf, so that way my ankle bone is floating, so it's not touching the bed. But it's hard because sometimes it's comfortable and sometimes it's not, right? And it's just like
You stay in one position then all night?
I do.
Wow.
I do. I mean, like I do small movements. I got small movements that I do here and there, but so I can move like from my side to like quarter to the stomach. But
you have a bed that raises up or lowers or anything?
Yeah.
You can control that as well?
Yeah, so I can lay the head or set the head of the bed up, the feet up, everything like that too. I have a sleep by number mattress, so I can change, lower it and high and raise it. Like, so if I want to, but like for at middle of the night, if I want to move or try to grab something or something like that, I turn it up to 100, so that way it's as stiff or firm as it can be. So that way it helps me be able to dig my elbow in and move or roll or something like that.
Wow.
What about you?
I start out on my back at night, but I have my bed is up against the wall and I have a grab bar built into the wall, and I can get my arm under it. So I'm able to get myself up to my elbows, and then from my elbows I can turn either direction, to my left or to my right, and sleep on my side. And then also when I'm ready to turn back, I can use that to get back to my back. And I also recently got a bed that raises up and lowers down. Now that I have it, I don't know how I lived without it all those years. Mm-hmm. But it's really nice too. But yeah, you're right. I try to stay off my backside as much as possible so that I don't get any pressure sores.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, like I'm sitting in my chair. And this is another question too. How many hours a day do you sit in your chair? Because for me, I mean, I'm getting up around 8:30, and then there's times I'm not going to bed till like 1:30 or 2. So I'm in my chair, and I don't move from my chair to like other like couches or anything like that. I don't do transfers like that. So sometimes I'm in my chair for 16, 14, 16, wow. 17 hours, Yeah.
Oh,
so like if I were to lay on my back, I feel like that would almost take away from the fact that what would be the point? I'm like laying down, I guess, but I'm also still have pressure on my back and my butt, right? So yeah. What about you guys? How many hours you guys sit in your chair?
I'm up around 7:30, and I usually go to bed at 9. So I'm not quite as long as you are.
About 14 hours though.
Yeah, I'm up for quite a while. But I recently also put in a ceiling mounted lift called a Sure Hands lift.
I love that.
That
That's a
thing
nice
slick.
lift.
It is nice. There's no sling involved. It just comes down and grabs you around under your shoulders, and then 2 hooks go under your legs, and then it just raises up and it's on a track, slides me right over and drops me in bed, and it is super nice. So it makes getting in and out of my chair a lot easier. And so if I want to lay down or take a nap or something, I can do that. I don't like to do that. I don't like getting out of my chair. Once I'm in my chair, I very rarely get out of it to take a nap, but I have that option now. Eric, how about you?
Do you use it to transfer to like a shower chair and stuff too?
Yeah. It makes it easy to do that because all I have to do is just raise up out of my power chair, just back the power chair up, roll the shower chair under me, and lower me back down.
Do you guys remember the Mad Max, the old Mad Max, I think Thunderdome with Tina Turner, with that one guy who had a disability and he was hooked up to all these chains and he was the mechanic and he was just kind of floating around?
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I'm like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I want to be hanging from chains, man. For me, I am lucky. I can transfer out of my chair easily, just because of my upper body strength and underdeveloped legs. So I'm able to do that, and I don't stay in my chair very long. I deal with some circulation issues though. If I sit in one spot for too long, I start losing circulation in my legs, and I can feel it, and it hurts. Or it'll go numb, and then it hurts. And so I'm always moving around. When I'm sleeping, I have to go to all three. I go left side, back, right side, left side, back, right. Not in any particular order, but I'm definitely not staying in one spot for very long because again, it's a circulation issue. I'll start losing feeling or circulation, and it'll wake me up. So it's.
Do you roll around then at night? You don't sleep at
night? I do roll around. I do it because I have to, because if I stay in one spot, like if I were in a really soft bed, like when okay, so when I'm in a memory foam bed, which we have, if I lay on my back, I can't move. I'm like a turtle. I don't have the stomach muscles to move around, so I have to literally do this with my hands and to get my body to move and then grab onto something if there's anything to grab onto. So, but it makes it very interesting. And then if you have a wife who understands this and like pushes you back, then that becomes difficult too. So
yeah,
she's got a sense.
She don't want you coming over on her half of the bed.
That's right.
Throw them elbows.
Oh,
hit her with a quick elbow.
I actually had the experience of, you see those pictures where like, okay, the size of your bed, and then your wife has like this much and the guy has like that much. I literally had that experience, and I rolled out of bed one time because I was literally balancing on the side, and I just rolled right off because she had like spread eagle across the bed, and I was like, whoa, heck. So yeah, sometimes we have to fight for bed space.
I bet you lose that every time.
I do, every time. Every time. Yep. No, it's.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I have to do that, and sometimes I'll nap on this beanbag too. So for me, this thing is really nice because it contours to my body. I can fluff it up, and then it'll contour, and then it'll be like floating for me. And I don't like to lay it all the way down either, because sometimes my blood pressure will, like especially if I'm moving towards a migraine, or if I'm overheated, or something like that. If I lay it all the way down, I'll just have these busting migraines. And so sometimes I have to sleep at a reclined area, and I think that has to do with some of the stuff we've talked about with the dysreflexia stuff.
Yeah, so I was just about to say that sounds to me like autonomic dysreflexia.
Yeah, yeah, it does happen once in a while. I drink a lot of electrolytes.
You
I do a
drink a
lot.
lot, huh?
Yeah. Oh no, a lot of electrolytes. Electrolytes. Although I did hear something I want to try, amaretto and lemonade. Heard it's an amaretto sour. Heard it's really good.
No, that sounds yummy.
Yeah. So.
It all sounds yummy to me.
Speaking of,
I'm an equal opportunity drinker, my friend.
all right.
Okay.
When are you having your party? We're coming over.
Hey, I don't know. Whenever you guys want to come over is good for me, you know?
Yeah, we got to make that happen.
Yeah, pretty soon. Hopefully we can make that happen real soon.
Yeah, I got surgery next Wednesday, so if I'm gonna get a couple in, I better get them in now.
Is that outpatient or are you going to be in?
Yeah, it's outpatient. It's
Okay.
hopefully a quick in and out deal.
How long are you going to be out for?
You mean
after you get like I know it's outpatient, but how long's recovery for this type of thing?
Usually for me is a day. I mean, more just kind of like feeling groggy and sleepy for a day. That's about it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how bad the stones and how bad the infection that I had was. So, I mean, if the stones that they blast out of my kidneys and become something.
The visuals when you say blast out of my kidneys.
We're blasting them out, man.
I can just see them.
Just asteroids. I'm picturing a little asteroid ship.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool to play asteroids with your stones?
With kidney, yeah. I wish I had the opportunity to do that. Then I wouldn't need a doctor.
Would you do it? So if you had a little robot inside there, and you could control the laser,
yes.
You'd be like, you would do this.
If I had a robot that could go inside of me, I would probably never leave the house. I would just be cruising around inside my body at all points, looking for cool stuff.
Well, you'll have to.
that would be the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Let us know how it goes Wednesday, and keep us updated. Think of you. And we'll have a party when you're ready, when you're recovered. Everybody that listens to our podcast.
I wonder if you're going to be as loopy as those people when they come off of the anesthesia for the dentist. You know how they talk and they say all this crazy stuff? No?
Yeah, I know.
I can handle my sedative.
That's amateur hour for Shawn.
Yeah. They give me the laughing gas for fun at those places. They don't do it. They don't do it because it works. They do it just for fun, just for giggles.
So while I'm thinking of it, I have an app that I use quite a bit with my family. That would be that I suggest if you guys can get down. It's called Marco Polo. Have you guys used that one?
Yeah, I've heard of it, and I think I had it at one point, but I don't know if I've ever used it consistently.
Yeah, so instead of sending a text message, you just send little video messages back and forth, and it's nice because you can do a group. So I have my whole family. There's like 10 of us on one. We call it our Fam Bam chat, and so I'll just send a message. Good morning. How's everybody doing? And my nieces will chime in, and my mom, and my sisters, and it's a really neat way to stay in touch with the family because my family, they're all spread out across the country. So, rather than a text message, which is nice too, but video messages is even better. So if you guys have that, I'll add you, and then you can send a Marco Polo after you're done with anesthesia, and we can laugh.
Marco
Polo.
That's funny.
It's a great app. It's free though, and it's got some cool features too. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I've used it a little bit myself. It's a really good app. Yep, I have some relatives and some groups that I'm involved with, so yeah, it's good.
Speaking of groups you're involved with, don't you guys have something coming up?
Yes, we do. We have it's called a recovery support group. This is specifically for people that have suffered from chronic pain and are dealing with some sort of opioids to help manage their pain. It's very much a non-judgmental group that's meant to really just be supportive, to listen, to be supportive, to share, and sometimes people may have additional information that they could share that may be helpful for others as well, but mostly just to support each other, um, because it can be difficult. There's a lot of people who have chronic pain,
Sure.
and the the medical industry, the first thing they do is they prescribe opiates. And right now they're pulling back on how they're prescribing opiates. They're prescribing less. And so that's even having an effect too, because who've had opiates most of the time during their chronic pain are finding that they're getting less, and then now they're having to deal with the withdrawals and some of the people are having a hard time finding the support they need.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing that on Monday, May 18th at 4 p.m., I believe. And the details are on the spinal cord injury website, azspinal.org.
Yep.
And you should be able to connect that way.
Yep. It's
Come
also,
hopefully this is up by then.
it might not be, because this is like third in a production row. So, okay. But you know what? We're going to be doing it once a month on Mondays. So it's probably not going to make it by the 18th, but it should make it by the next one. So.
And this is all done over Zoom, yeah?
Correct. Yes, Zoom meetings. So come join us, talk to you, tell us your story, share your feelings, and help somebody else through it as well.
I'll be there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think all three of us are planning to be there. So it's.
I also, if I can throw this in, I also host a men's group every Thursday on Zoom, and it's at 4 p.m. And it's just basically just a forum for guys to get together and chat. For whatever reason, we usually don't have a topic, but once in a while we'll bring one in. But recently, just guys need a way to get together and socialize a little bit, because we're all shut in right now and isolated. And so that little bit of socialization really, it means a lot to people. So every Thursday at about 4 o'clock. And that link will also be posted on the spinal cord injury website.
No, I believe we also posted on our Facebook page for the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury Association. So we're going to have both of these support groups on there. So if you're a big Facebook fan and you're connected up with us, then feel free to come to that link. Gentlemen,
I
we're not
appreciate those groups, man. That group. I've been a fan of that group since I first moved to Arizona. I remember when coming to that group.
Yeah, that's where I first met you, I think.
Yeah, and that's how I got to meet everybody that I know here in Arizona in a chair, really, except for a very small few.
Well, we used to do it in person once a month, but we're doing it online now every week because there's a need for it, and I think we get 15 to 20 guys every time. So
yeah. I think I heard of you, Shawn, through gossip, actually.
Writing on the bathroom wall.
Yeah,
not the first time I ever heard that, but usually it doesn't turn out the gossip.
No, so I started working at the organization, and they're like, "Hey, you've got to meet this Shawn guy. We have, you got to meet him." I'm like, "Well, who is he?" It's just like, "Oh man, you got to meet him. You got to meet him. Got to meet him." And then I talked with Lauren, and I mentioned your name, and he's like, "Oh my God, this guy has a radio voice. He's good stuff. You got to meet him." And I'm just like, "Well, dang, I got to meet this guy."
No, that's good. That's good gossip. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. I know it's not bad gossip. It's not like for a good time call,
Hey,
well, I mean, I am a good time. I'm fun. I mean, what do you expect? So, like, I could imagine that's probably written somewhere too.
I'm sure that is. So,
yeah.
not to shortchange our female listeners, but there is also a women's group. They're going to be doing online meetings, and I believe that information will be on our Facebook page too.
Yeah, I heard that's actually going really well.
Okay.
Some of this Zoom meeting, in the past, the organization has always had people come to an actual room to do the meetings, and the uh, the the women's support group actually was having really poor attendance and was stopped for a while. And Don, I know even you struggled for a while with the men's group when you first started.
Yeah, very first, yeah. And
And
we've been forced now to adopt a new technology here, and I think it's going to stick with us. Even
yeah,
after we can get together in person. But this has made things very interesting for technology.
well, yeah, we could include anyone from anywhere in this group. That's what's so great about it, because you don't have to just be from Arizona. You can be from anywhere in the nation, in the world. If you wanted to hook up to one of these groups, you would be absolutely welcome.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's what I think is really interesting about some of the dynamics of what we're doing, is we could have people from anywhere
Yeah,
start to join us.
we had a gentleman join us from Mauritius, which is
That's right.
halfway around the world, island nation in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and he joined us for a meeting, a couple weeks ago.
Wasn't it like 3 o'clock his time or something like
It
that?
was. Yeah, he stayed up the middle of the night to join us.
Yeah.
Interesting man.
Yeah, he's very interesting. He's doing a lot of positive stuff where he's at too. He's working and networking and advocating and getting the good word out. So of living
John
with
Francois.
what's his name?
John Francois.
Francois.
That's a cool name, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
So,
Right there.
Ladies, he has an accent
John.
too, man.
Jean-Francois.
Jean Francois.
I like
Sounds
it.
really French. I'm just saying.
Sounds really cool is what it sounds
Yeah, it
like.
does. Yeah, it does.
It's a good name. Well named. So when can we expect, do you think, the normalcy to regain? I mean, when do you think that people will be able to start getting back together again? I mean, do you have any ideas, Don? Or
well, it's going to be a while before we can be in close proximity again. But for Arizona, they're starting to loosen things up a little bit, try and go back to business as usual. I think this Friday they're lifting the stay-at-home order, so people can sort of get out a little more.
I think Ducey was supposed to give an update at 3 today. In fact,
Yeah.
Did you see that or not?
I didn't see it, but I think it's still on schedule to. But different states are doing different things, because I think California just extended their stay-at-home for like another 2 months or something like that. And
yeah.
so I don't know. It's very strange. You have the two philosophies of people wanting to get back to work and people wanting to isolate forever and until everything's clear. I don't know the answer, but I do know that I'm personally having a hard time staying in. It's really, really hard for me.
Yeah, and the heat's here too, so it's.
Some people may be able to. Some people like it, isolating a bit. I'm not one of them, so I'm having a hard time.
Not one of these people that like to hunker down and eat canned beans and.
No, not at all.
And spam.
I need to see people. I need some contact. So I'm being cautious about it, but I have been out of the house, and I'll go to the office once in a while just to be around people.
Yeah.
I mean, I have too. I've been around some people. I've had friends over. I mean, I've had some family members over. I mean, it's hard. It's too hard for me not to. I need it. I need it in my life.
I feel very comfortable if I'm outdoors and there's 6 feet of separation, and then I'm not worried about it. Indoors is a little sketchier for me. I don't know about you guys, but
I mean, I'm almost to the, and I hate to even say this, but I mean, I'm almost to the point where I'm like, all right, like if I feel like it's somebody that I trust that is doing the right things too, like I'm all right with being around and being even in close proximity. I mean, I've done it several times. Not saying that anybody should. I'm not advocating for that, right? I'm just saying what I've done.
Yeah, well, I mean, for those of us that have caregivers, we have to take that chance because our caregivers make contact with us, dressing and transferring or whatever. So there is people you have to trust and I guess just roll the dice with, take a chance. It's like you have no choice in a lot of cases.
That brings up something. One of the articles with Disability Scoop that I saw was, where was it? There was this guy who has cerebral palsy who recovered from COVID virus.
19-year-old, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So
19-year-old with CP.
26 days in the hospital, but ultimately recovered. So there is hope. Even if a person does get COVID-19 and has a disability, I mean, there's hope. It's possible to recover from this. I know there's both sides where you got to do the best you can. Okay, I got to ask you. I'm going to light a fire, but I'm going to ask you. What do you guys think about the debacle that's happening with Costco requiring masks and then people saying, no, I'm going to boycott Costco because they're requiring me to wear a mask into the store? And what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that it's that business's prerogative. Like, if that business wants to require you to do that, then I think that they should be able to require you to do that. I mean, do
you think it's boycottable?
They're ultimately doing it. They're ultimately doing it for the safety of the workers and the people in there. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you, as an American, don't have also the right to boycott it too, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you have the choice. You can shop where you want to shop, and if there's a store that doesn't require it, go there, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can go somewhere else. For me, it's just difficult. The whole thing's difficult. I mean, I personally don't know a single. I don't know a single person that has this, that has had this, right? I mean, I don't know a single person. So, like, you see a lot of it on the news, and you see a lot of it in different places, I guess. But I mean, I've never seen it. And so, like, I know that you have to, as in our position, you have to err on the side of precaution, I guess. But I'm starting to get to the point where it's like, man, like, I'm almost like, I look at the numbers, I see these 7 million people here in Phoenix, and we have what, 400 or 600 or 600 or 700, let's just even say 800 people died, like, I mean, to me, like, that's
really low.
It's a gamble, right? I mean, it's like, okay, are you going to take the gamble?
I did hear that
by pure numbers, it's less than a fifth of percent of people in the state that have died. But it's still people dying, so that's scary.
It is. I agree. Like, I don't want to downplay it by any means, Don. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just trying to put my thought process out there, and it's just, for me, it's like, and I get a hard time for it, because I got, I have people that are here and that live with, that are here quarantining and living with me at the time too, and like, they say that, okay, well, that might be fine for you to take the risk, but it's not fine to us that you're taking the risk, right? So it's like, then you almost have to think about that too. But I don't know. For me, it's hard because can't. It's hard. It's just really hard not to be around people, not to see friends, not to be involved. I mean, like in the sport world, like that I'm involved in, that I love. Like that's not going on. Like people are, like, but it is still going on some places, and you want to be there and you want to be around it. And like just the thing that just happened over the weekend, the UFC fights that just happened on Saturday over the weekend. Like I could have been there.
Did you watch that? I'm sure you watched
absolutely.
It. Was it good?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this weekend. They're doing a NASCAR race on Sunday, so it'll be the first kind of live sports that I've seen, and I have been craving anything, just any live sports.
Yeah.
So
it was hard for me not to be there, I could say I'm glad I wasn't there, because who knows, but I can also say that I'm like upset that I wasn't there too, because what were my chances of coming back from there with it, right? I mean, they're low. They tested everybody. Everybody there was wearing masks. There was no crowd. Everybody was social. There was distance and placed in certain spots, and they were tested every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these different things that made it safe. So I mean, I'm really conflicted at this late in the game, I guess, or this far, because I mean, think about how long that we've been talking about this. Because I've been in quarantine now for, God, I mean, since like 8-9 weeks. It's got to be close to 8 or 9 weeks now.
Yeah, it is. You're not alone in feeling that frustration and that desire to break free from this crap. And, it's everybody, really. Almost everybody.
Yeah, I'm getting squirrely myself. I really am. I'm.
You were squirrely before. Squirrelier.
Is that a Minnesota term I just used? I don't know. I'm getting squirrely. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess just to finish up my thought on that is just, like I'm beginning to start feeling like the risk isn't really as high as I thought it was going to be or could be. And so like I'm looking forward to going somewhere and eating dinner. I really am, man.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the possibility of having people over. Like I'm looking forward to all of that stuff.
Do I get steak when I come over, or am I still denied the steak?
No steak for you.
Oh,
No soup for you.
You got room on your back patio for a couple wheelchairs?
Yeah, I got room. We got a full backyard. We got nice fake grass. We can do donuts on.
All right, let's make this happen, guys. Let's do it. I'm up for that.
If I'm doing this, I'm in that pool. That's all I'm saying.
You got to get yourself in and out. Lift's not in there yet.
I can do it. I can do it.
All right.
Not a problem.
Like it. I was in it the other day, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
I mean, it was good. It was nice.
You know what I'm missing? I'm missing the native chicken wings. Oh, sitting down, all those sports TVs all around me, people playing their sports, just sitting there having some wings, listening to people talk around me. It's nice.
Yeah. I'm missing live sports. I'm missing because I'm a part of live sports. I'm not just a viewer. I'm a part of them, and here, especially here in Arizona, and we just haven't been able to have them, and I just can't. Like I'm so looking forward to when they come back, and I can be part of that, have that feeling again of being there at cage side at a fight, and hearing everything and seeing everything and feeling all the people screaming, and it's just part of being a crowd. I'm looking forward to going to a concert again, man. Like, come on.
What's the last concert? What was your last concert?
I can't even. Oh, I mean, I was in concerts when I went to a couple when I was in Vegas. I guess Lil Jon, East Side Boys.
All right.
What? Yeah. what? You know, that guy, what? Yeah. That guy.
No, I don't know that. Not at all.
Crunk music. The inventor of crunk music. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever
that is. But I mean, when I was in Vegas, I think that was February-ish. So
I think the last concert I went to was Blue Man Group in Vegas.
I'm saying, I miss it, man. I crave it. I miss the feeling. I miss it being around. I miss seeing friends.
So we all do, man. I hear you.
I know that I'm ready for this to open. I'm hoping that things don't get worse because people are super irresponsible. You know, because that's possible too. You still got to be responsible. Like, I understand that.
I'm even finding it hard at times to encapsulate what it is to be responsible, because, to be honest, I mean, I'm touching my wheels all the time with my hands. I mean, how do you not carry it at this point? You know, I mean, how do you, like, a mask is only going to do so much for me, you know? I'm touching everyone's feet, you know? So foots. I use proper English, god dang it. Foots. We use foots here.
I got a couple foots, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think to maybe round some of this stuff out is, I think that eventually we're going to be able to get back to this normalcy, and I think that this is I think taught us some stuff too that is good. You know, I mean, I think being more socially conscious of other people is a major thing that this has taught me. You know, because it's not just about us; it's about everybody else too, right?
Yep.
And, also has brought me closer to people like you, Don, and people like you, Eric, and family members and things of the sort. So there's positives that have come out of this, and I think we're gonna make it all through. I know that.
Download that Marco Polo, and we can keep in touch and check in with you.
Yeah.
And, you guys
also
be smart.
What's the one? House party.
Party. House party. What's that one?
That one's fun. It's a good one. I get on there quite a bit for friends back home. I see Don pop on there every now and then.
Yeah. I've not connected with you on House Party yet.
No.
Is that like some multiple person chat? And there's games on there, from what I understand.
Yep. You can play games on there, trivia, like Cards Against Humanity type of things, stuff like that.
Oh, we should do that. We should check that out.
That should be something we should put in the men's group. Even though I think there's a max of 6 or 8. I think 8 people is a max in each group, though.
Oh, okay. So there is a limitation to it. Yeah. But still, I mean, that's still better than nothing. I mean.
Yeah, I'm with it. Also, before we go, I will be on Kyle Stark's podcast this Wednesday or tomorrow. I mean, whenever this comes out, you can check out Kyle Stark's podcast. It's about opioids and the crisis and the abuse, and he's a fellow opiate user and has been clean for quite some time, and he started a podcast. He's starting a podcast now where he's talking to people about it, and he's getting people on there to tell their stories. So I'll be on there this Wednesday.
Is he doing it live, or is it recorded and then he'll put it out like we are?
I'm not sure how he's going to do it. I think he's going to record a few first and then put them out, kind of like we did, kind of like we're doing. To record a few and then put them out on same day or same time every day or whatever. And
by the way, I'm still a little ways from the whole doing live, but we are going to do it at some point. So
excellent.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, I think people.
All right,
like
guys.
It. All right, Johnny boy, just gotta take off.
I gotta take off. Dinner time here.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry myself, so I'm gonna go eat as well. Guys, it's been enjoyable. I really I really enjoy doing this with you guys. Thank you.
Yes, you too. Hopefully our listeners enjoy it as well. Thank you for joining us, everyone. You leave us
next show, I believe that we possibly have a guest. I have a couple of people that have been asking me to be on. So if you guys want to have another guest on the next show, then
heck yeah,
have one of those.
Let's do it.
Also, I wanted to bring up real quick before you take off. I know that there's a few Michigan no-fault people that like myself that are here in Arizona or here all around the world that they kind of want to hear about that and hear about some of the changes in that stuff and how that affects their lives, because that's changing quite a bit. And I was thinking about maybe bringing on an expert for that, if you guys didn't mind that.
That'd be good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you should. Anytime we can bring an expert on, I think we should, because someone can get some benefit from it. So yeah.
So stay tuned. We're always here. Like I said, anytime you need to call somebody, call Eric. Anytime you need some money, call Eric.
What?
If you want to have a good time, call me.
Wait, whoa. Why are you sending all of the crud my way? Come on now. What the heck?
Toilet Bowl champs, my man. Toilet Bowl champs, 1996. What?
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Take care.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys.